Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Devi Atika Muyassaroh with student ID number 216121183, and I will explain some material from the language learning assessment. Okay, for the first material is concept of evaluation. The concept of evaluation consists of the first is test, the second is measurement, the third is evaluation, the fourth is assessment. And then the next is I will explain about process of evaluation. The first is input. Input is tahap awal yang dimasukkan ke dalam transformasi. Jadi sebelum memasuki jenjang lembaga sekolah, calon siswa terlebih dahulu dinilai kemampuannya. The second is output. Output untuk menentukan apakah seorang siswa berhak lulus atau tidak, jadi perlu dilakukan kegiatan penilaian. The third is transformation. Transformation ini penggerak yang bertugas melaksanakan input dan output. Transformation element that is teacher, teaching method and evaluation system, and then school facilities, and the last is administration system. Okay, for next I will explain about the purpose of the evaluation. The first purpose of the evaluation is for examination. And then untuk memeriksa pencapaian kemampuan siswa dalam proses pembelajaran dan kekurangan siswa selama proses pembelajaran. And then while for the function of the evaluation is the first is selective or example such as acceptance of class interns, scholarship, graduates, and then the second is diagnostic. Diagnostic for diagnosing student weakness and strength in the learning process. And then the third is placement. Placement is grouping of students. And then the fourth is measuring success, knowing the success of educational program. And then the next material is authentic assessment. Authentic assessment is original or real or valid or trust, and authentic assessment techniques and instrument that is the first assessment of attitude competence, conduct attitude competency assessment through observation, self-assessment, peer review by student and journal, and then the second is knowledge competency assessment. Assessment of knowledge competence through written test, oral test, and assignment. And then the third is assessment of skill competency, assessment of skill competence through performance appraisal, which is an assessment that requires students to demonstrate certain competencies by using practical tests, project tests, and portfolio assessment. And then the next material is types of tests, strength and weakness of each type of tests. Okay, the first is type of test based on the purpose. The first is proficiency test. Tujuan dari tes ini adalah untuk menguji kemampuan keseluruhan terlepas dari pelatihan sebelumnya yang mereka miliki dalam bahasa tersebut. Strength of the proficiency test is easy to make, perfect for testing basic knowledge or skill. And then the weakness are it is only designed to test basic knowledge or skill or minimum requirement. And then the next is diagnostic test. This test offer a list of features for teacher to use in spotting difficulties. The strength is the perfect tool for analyzing subjects' strength and weakness of student in short time method. The weakness is it can take a lot of time. The third is placement test. The purpose of placement test is to place students into a particular level or section of language or school curriculum. The strength is to classify which student needs more attention, and then the second is help the teacher to provide course at the appropriate level depending on the abilities of the student. And then the weakness is this test does not measure a student full ability, only to determine the student's starting point. If they fail because this test, they will start from the bottom. And then next is achievement test. The purpose of the achievement test is untuk menganalisis sejauh mana siswa telah memperoleh pengetahuan yang telah diajarkan. The strength of this test is very suitable for testing students' understanding of certain subject, and then to provide data to import teaching and learning activities. Okay, the weakness is spend time and research, and it is just show the students' understanding of a particular subject. Okay, the last is aptitude test. Tujuan dari tes ini adalah untuk menentukan seberapa cepat dan mudah seorang pembelajar mempelajari sesuatu yang baru dalam kursus atau program atau pelatihan tertentu. And the strength of this test is it is very appropriate to see the potential and strength of student in learning something new. Aptitude test weakness. Aptitude tests do not measure all areas of ability. And then aptitude tests are based on opinion and prediction, where the reality can be different from expectation. And then the next material is rules and procedures in constructing tests. The first thing I will explain is the procedure for preparing tests instrument. The first is developing specific learning objective. Second is set limit on the material to be tested. The third is develop test grid, which consists of subject matter, subspecific instructional objective, and aspect of thinking to be measured. And choose the right form of test. 5 is write test equation based on the predetermined grades. And then test complication example, that is oral test, multiple choice test, and then essay test or subjective test. Okay, the last material is the rule in constructing test item. In the constructing test, there is a written test and objective test, and then the written test divided into two, that is essay test and objective test. The rules for making the essay test is, the first is closing the main idea of the material. The second is questions and contrast with the textbook. And then the third is make multiple question. The fourth is short question. And the fifth is before conducting the test, the teacher should provide an example of working. Okay, next is objective tests. Objective tests are also known as short answer tests. Objective tests divided into 4, that is multiple choice, test matching, and make a fill-in test, and then true-false test. Okay, that is explanation from me. Thank you, and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.